I think GME is about to pop because we're having we have a situation where, first things first, the actual schematic of GME is calling for this to go to SOS. Right? SOS is, see, let me just pull it up here. What are you? Where's it at here? Yeah, it looks like they're going to squeeze us right back up over 56. We squeeze up. All right, let me go back to GME. Where's it at? Let me pull up the picture. So it's in this schematic. Okay, right. It's right here. And it's about to shoot up to SOS. That should put it at about 65 bucks, roughly, is what we're estimating. Okay. Now, if it does pop up there, that's like high of the range from May, right? So how are you going to play this? The reason why we think this is going to happen is because the Clay's been doing a lot of research, like a ton of research on this. And he, has been tracking dark pool levels, and it's crazy uh, the amount of dark pools that we've been seeing hit GME. I mean, we're talking not just like 100 million here, like 500-600 million every single day, multiple times per day. Also, Clay traded GME back in 2021, and he caught the whole move. So he's very familiar with how everything kind of goes. He knows, and he's really good at DD on it. So, long story short, we think that that Kitty, the whole deal with the present is it's a gift, right? The present, the thing he tweeted out is a gift, right? But then everybody's like, oh, well, unity, unity. Well, hold on. That unity means for everyone. It's a gift for everyone, not necessarily unity stock, but it's a gift for everyone, right? And and the gift is that he's going to squeeze the stock for everybody. And how is he going to squeeze it? He's going to squeeze it because he's got almost $1 billion in cash and in shares. Most of it's in shares, and we believe he's been buying deep in the money calls for the January OPEC strike. Clay, interrupt me if I do anything wrong here. If I miss this, right? So he's been buying these deep in the money calls is what we're thinking, right? And the thing is all these market makers, they know that they know exactly what he's holding. They know how many shares, or not the market makers, but they big hedge funds, because they have access to his E-Trade account, right? They can see how much shares he has, where he's buying his call options, and all this shit, right? So, they could be sharing, like you said, they could be sharing his E-Trade information with other funds. And if somebody's not getting that information, and so one of these big hedge funds is not getting it, or they're trying to fuck somebody, they could blow somebody up. But the point is because he's buying these deep in the money calls, right? It's going to create a massive reaction in the stock and in the deltas and the underlying of the options. Because when he exercises these, like, let's say, for example, he's got 300-400 million in deep in the money calls. Okay. Right. So when he exercises them, the dealers have to go long the shares, the stock. Then also what's going to happen is the IV is going to kick. like not just like 50%, like 3, 4, 500% with that amount of volume exercising. So if that happens, the IV is going to jump, 3, 400% minimum. And this is what we're expecting, right? We don't know this is going to happen 100%, but this is what we're anticipating, right? And so, long story short, it's going to create a massive squeeze on the underlying, right? Which fits the schematic, right, of going to SOS to $65, which makes sense because if the IV pops 400 or 500%, those $125 calls and $100 calls that they've been loading like crazy would still get paid out, right? And it doesn't have to go in the money. Now, the date, he posted a date on something on a computer or whatever. It's like 109. So that's this week, right? And so if this happens, let's say, for example, let's say you buy, let's just take the $40 calls, for example. They're 86 cents a piece, right? So if you take the $40 calls on GME and they're 86 cents, and you buy 10 of them for $800, okay? And you size it for zero. Excuse me. You size it for zero. If this happens, those $40 calls, your target to sell would be between $60 to $63, okay? And if it pops, what's going to happen is those calls will probably be worth that $800 if you buy them for 80 cents a piece. You buy 10 of them for $800, whatever, right? And it pops to $60. Because of the IV popping and the underlying going and those actually getting into the money, that $800 will probably be worth close to like 30 to 40 grand is what I was calculating out. Okay. So now, if you have a small account, this is not something you full port on. Okay. Because if you buy one, you could make 3 grand. Okay. You could. But if we're wrong, I don't want to hear fucking bitching and moaning and well, you or whatever, right? Like I don't want to hear it because I'm telling you this is a high risk trade, right? A really high risk trade. Okay, but we have a lot of data behind it, and this could be something where you put $100 behind, you size it for zero, and you make a great return. Okay, you can go January 7th, $40 or $50 calls. Try not to go out further on the chain, and then you could also go the week after as well. You can go a little further out on the week after if you want, but this is a size for fucking zero, high risk trade, and there's just a lot of shit happening. Too many dark pools are happening on the underlying, and there's too many things that are just lining up. So it could happen. And then think about this: what happened the last time that GME? Vince is going to love this. The $40 calls for next week or the $50 calls for next week on GME, no further out, or you go the following week for the 24th of January, you can go a little further out of the money. But so I guess my point is you better size this for zero, and I really think I have probably like a 90% conviction on this that this is actually going to happen because look at what's happening in the market today, right? They popped up the market, right? And all this is happening before GME. Vince just got inputs, by the way. Everybody, if we want to get inputs, Vince just got back in. He said he was done for the week, but he's not. He wants more cheese. He wants more burgers. He wants more Wagyu. I like puts here too. Um, how good was that thesis in pre-market? If Nvidia dumps, the market dumps. Look what's happening. So for you guys that are learning, like this is just a pattern recognition, and pattern recognition is a high quality strategy, right? We said, hey, if Nvidia, yeah, good night, Jensen. Yep, you frail bitch. Oh God. Um, anyways, so point is if you want to get in, size it for zero. We have high conviction. This could happen. If it doesn't, whatever. At least we took a shot at it. Okay, because it's not like, oh, this is a you know possible 200-300% play. Like this is a possible like 1,500% play lotto, right? This is what we're looking for. Even more. Like you don't know. They could pop it to 60 this week, right? By Friday, squeeze it, and then all of a sudden, what happens? Then it flags out Monday, Tuesday, and then it could go even higher. So um, he's in next Monday puts. Good. Um, let me see here. Yeah, I'm in. I'm actually in the January 5650 puts too. Um, and then I'm on tomorrow puts, and I'm in Friday puts too. I'm just taking time. I'm not trying to play zeros here while I'm talking. But anyways, um, yeah, that's my thesis on GME. I think it's going to play out. If it doesn't, it's not going to hurt my feelings. If it doesn't, I just think that for those people that have smaller accounts, you put $80 to it, and $100 or whatever you're willing to risk to size for zero. If you're in this room, you should be willing to risk that kind of a little small of a hit, right? And you make, 2,000 bucks on it. That's a hell of that's awesome. That's like that changes some things a little bit for your flexibility for trading. So, um, anyways, that is my little piece on it. If Clay wants to type anything else out, feel free. Did I miss anything? Yeah, I'm in 5950s for tomorrow. I'll give a write up. Perfect. I'll tweet your write up. We still have to break the iron condor below us to actually